Hi, I'm Dave, the co-founder. Just going to give a quick tutorial about how to use the Japanese lessons. So here we are on the home page. Yours is going to look a bit different. I've completed every lesson. Once you complete a lesson, you get a blossom petal to show that it's been completed. So yours is probably looking quite blank right now. I'm just going to quickly go through all the lessons and what we have. So we'll start on this page. So to the left here, you have a Japanese lessons explained. So this is a little video here that kind of talks you through. If you press play, it loads up. It's a very cool video that kind of explains what the course is about and how we filmed it. You also have a notice board, which will go through, will have any news or notifications about updates and various other things. And we've got more videos, which we'll talk about shortly. And then this main panel in front of you has all the lessons. So if you click on the banner, you can kind of shrink down and just see the topics. And so from here, you've got food. You can open it up and you see all the food lessons. If you hover over the eye, it gives you a little breakdown of what's on there. And yeah, that's more or less that. And here you have your progress. So as you complete various tasks, you'll be updated. So you've got time spoken, correct answers, skip questions, things like that. So as you go through the course, you'll see these numbers just grow. And this is something we'll work on improving as well, quite a lot. Okay, so let's get stuck into one of the lessons. So let's pick up lesson 5. So this is on numbers. So you got the title in Japanese there. The first thing that you should do when doing a lesson is actually look to the left here and look at the tutorial. So this is a tutorial for the lesson that will help you kind of understand what's going on. So if you press play on that,
welcome to Dynamic Languages Japanese.
Just going to turn it down.
This lesson.
Oh, Anne, who's the teacher in the classroom, kind of narrating through a tutorial. So she'll talk through all the important language that you're going to be learning. So you can skip through like that, not as though you'll need to. You can increase the speed if it's too slow for you or you're just revising. These tutorials are also available online. So if you have subscribed, you'll be able to find that on your account dashboard. You can log in to our library, and on our library are all the tutorials and all the other flat videos that we're going to talk about today, such as Katie's Diaries over there, which I generally watch outside of VR because there's no need to watch a flat video in VR. Obviously, we've got it here for completeness, but you can watch it outside. So yeah, once you've watched that tutorial, you can get started on the lesson. So here we have the whole lesson. I'll just briefly go through each one. So you've got a presentation, which is most lessons start, I think all lessons start with a presentation, which is where you'll learn some vocab and you'll basically learn the language for the lesson. Most lessons have a game or a song. So this one has a game. So you'll play a game with Anne and Yuka and Katie. Then most lessons also have a role play. So this is a role play. Generally, the role plays are with Katie and Yuka, and you'll practice the language that you've just learned in the classroom, both in the game and the role play and the song as well, if there is a song. After that, you'll go to Tokyo and you'll meet some Japanese native speakers in a conversation. So these are the conversations. And then after you've completed the conversations, you'll go back to the classroom to receive your petal as a reward for completing all the lesson. So in this, you'll get a blossom petal handed to you by Yuka, with Katie receiving one as well. And it's placed on the tree that kind of sits just behind you during the lesson that we'll look at in a sec. So once you've done that, this trip will then, it's blocked off until you complete all of the parts of the lesson, and then it will become available to watch. And this is a couple of scenes around Japan. So the first module, the reward trip, is in Mount Fuji. So you can get a few scenes around Mount Fuji. Once you complete the whole module, so we've got the whole module here. Once you complete all these 9 for the first module, you can go to bonus content and watch the whole trip as one there. So that will unlock as well. And that will be the full trip. All the scenes from the first 9 lessons, you'll be able to watch as one trip. But let's get back into the lesson. So lesson 5, you've also got the download option here, which I'd only recommend if you're going to watch the lesson multiple times because it is quite slow to download. These are large files. It's currently in 6K 3D, so they're large files to download, and it does take a while. So even with fast internet, so streaming's probably your best bet. So let's briefly just look at the presentation, and I'll just talk through the controls and how that works there. So what we have here is the playback bar. So here again, you can control the speed. I wouldn't recommend changing this for the 360 content as it will look quite choppy if you start messing around with the speed. In order to activate the speech recognition, let's look into the camera, you want to press the grip button on the controller. So this one here. So you want to go, I just tapped it, which didn't help. Ni. Okay, if you get stuck on an answer and you don't know how to answer, you can press the I button, which will load up the answers. So this generally says it in hiragana or katakana and then kanji. So if you then press this, you can listen to it as well.
San.
So sun. So if I then say sun, it should go to the next one. And if you really can't get it right, and sometimes you may struggle to get answers right because it's quite strict on the pronunciation, the speech recognition, and you'll need to press the skip. So you can skip an answer there, and you can skip the next one as well, and the next one. So it's quite a quick fire round. So I'm just going to pause the video so I can kind of show the playback bar. So you've got play, pause, rewind 15, fast forward 15. It's all fairly self-explanatory. This turns off the 3D. So occasionally some people struggle with the 3D element. At the moment, this is a stereoscopic video. You won't be able to see this, but I can see Yuka's hand is kind of closer to me. And if you look around the room, you can see the petals there. So we've got 4 petals because we're on lesson 5, so you've been given 4. This button here, which turns off the speech recognition. So if we carry on playing, there now won't be any speech recognition, which is probably only useful if you've downloaded the lessons and you don't have internet. It's not really that useful without that. You obviously want the speech recognition. It's quite an important element of what we're doing. So the other button we have is this little bug report. So if you notice any errors, such as, well, we've got some errors here, not recognizing the correct answer, you can send that bug through and we can check to make sure that everything's correct. We have obviously gone through and quality checked the app, but it's always useful to have some user feedback in case we've made any mistakes or a mistake has managed to creep in somewhere. So if you just, for example, go, the speech recognition is not functioning, you can submit that. And there you go. And then you can continue and the X there. So once you complete a lesson, you'll be shown well, I'll just quickly go to the end of the lesson. Okay, so this is the end of the lesson. After the lesson finishes, you're given this results page, which shows how long you've been listening, and this adds to your stats. And then down here, you've got a home button and then a play, which plays the next scene, or you can click the thumbnail itself, which will play the game. So we can quickly have a look at the game. Actually, let's skip back to the main menu because I want to show the conversation. Okay, so click the conversation. So this conversation is with Keiko, filmed in Tokyo. So you can look around, you can see you've got Ueno Zoo over there. We're in Ueno Park actually for this, which you'll explore in the mini trips eventually. And it's very obviously realistic situation. So after she's given her presentation, you're presented with this screen. So this is a question, a comprehensive question based on what she has said. So how old is Keiko is what it's asking. And I wasn't listening, but from memory, I think she is 33. So I'm just going to see if that answers. Sanju-san sai desu. Maybe I got that wrong. Maybe she's 30. Sanju sai desu. Okay, so she was 30. I was remembered incorrectly. So you say it right and it skips you on. So that's one form of the conversations is this. So I'm going to skip forward and show you the other form after we listen to Toshi and his lovely child. If you don't know the answer, you can't get it right, you can use the skip button. Also in conversations, as you can see, you are asked questions by Keiko and you need to answer just like you did in the lessons using the grip button. So you answer that using that. Obviously I wasn't speaking Japanese then. So yeah, that's how the conversations work. So let's go back to the home page. Well, you're awarded the petal, which is great. And then you can go to the Mount Fuji to see some scenes. So I'll just quickly show you these. These are very simple. And this is a fun little reward that you get after you've completed your lesson. So let's have a look. So each scene starts with, I've turned all the sound down, but there's music playing. Each scene starts with a Google Earth zoom in of where you're gonna see. So we're going to start on this bridge. I filmed these scenes, so I know, I do remember exactly where we were. We're starting on a bridge and there's a title of where you are in English and Japanese, sometimes just English. And you can look around and explore and there's commentary telling you about this area around Mount Fuji where we are. At the moment, my internet connection isn't great. So it's actually, you can see that it just buffered there for a second. As part of these mini trips, there are keywords. And so this keyword is kawa for river. And so in order to do that, you need to use the grip button as normal Kawa. Yeah, you want to hold it down actually. There you go. You got it right and you're moved on to the next scene. And again, there's commentary. So this is another way to build some vocabulary around kind of while exploring Japan. So you'll see some amazing things and then you'll get some keyword vocab. And this is just a way to add vocabulary in a fun way. And that's basically it for the lesson. So once you finish, you can go out back to the menu and I'll show you a few other things that we have. So we also have Katie's diary. So here we have Katie, who kind of is sitting alongside you in the classroom, as you saw. And so this was her authentic learning journey. And these are her diary entries after each lesson that we filmed. So after each lesson, she's genuinely talking about what she learned, what she found difficult, what she enjoyed. And it's kind of, you get to learn alongside Katie, you get to know a bit about her. She's my wife and co-founder, so I'm a big fan and I really like this content because it kind of, it shows the authenticity of what we were doing at the time, which was Katie effectively having an intense Japanese course being filmed, and now everyone can learn alongside her and with her and learn from her mistakes. So the other thing we have is the more videos, which you can access in either on this page or on the main page. It all goes to the same place. So more videos here. We've got some interesting stuff. So these are just flat videos, not 360. So you can click here just like you can on the lessons. You can see what you've got. So this How to Learn series is a series about learning how to learn languages. So there's lots of amazing tips here and all the kind of, you can see the kind of information that's spoken about. These videos kind of will help you actually learn a language, so build a habit and optimize your learning. So you'll get some great tips such as ending your study session on a high. So you always want to finish studying on a high. You don't want to finish getting something wrong and feeling angry or annoyed that you're terrible at Japanese, because that obviously isn't going to be very good. So you want to finish on a high. So that's one of the tactics that you'll learn here. And there's lots of stuff. I'm not going to go through it all, but these videos, you just press it and then, it plays just like any of the other videos we've discussed. All right. So as well as that, we've got some behind the scenes content. So this is some kind of, there's me like being interviewed, and you've got meet the teachers, and kind of you can see what Katie achieved during the 40 lesson program. And then you've got some of the teachers' reflections. And this is just some behind the scenes content that's quite cool. Okay. As well as that, there's, as I mentioned, an online library and some YouTube videos, which will take you there. And we have a Discord as well. The demo content, there is some useful stuff on the demo. But this is mainly for students that haven't paid, and it works similar to the 360 content you've had. It's all just clips from various lessons. So you probably won't need to do that if you're going through the lesson content. That's just some free content. So that's all the lessons. And the one final thing I'll show you is if you go back using that, and then you got the demo lessons, you go back again, you'll be able to see that we have a Japanese series here. So you've got trips. It's not quite ready yet, so it'll be live in a few weeks. And if you click this, you'll be taken to a menu where you'll be able to travel around Japan, and it's suitable for beginner and intermediate learners. So you'll pick the level that you're at, and then you'll be able to travel Japan and learn Japanese while you're doing it, which is fantastic. To subscribe, you should log in to your account on Dynamic Languages, and then follow the instructions to subscribe, and you can unlock all the content. Okay, that's about it for the Japanese lessons. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial, and see you next time.